Obviously, my little autobiography there, firefighter. Give you a little story, okay? 12 of us just got back from a major multiple alarm in the Bronx. And we all standing there in our turnout gear, we're all full of soot, everything else. When the street goes by us, some animal. Looking around, where was it? Look around again, there's this dog sitting there with this big grin on his face, looking at us, wagging his tail. His previous owner, who was possibly abusing the dog and chasing him down, looked at the 12 of us. Some of these guys are 6'5". We look huge in their turnout gear. He looked at us and goes, "You can keep him." So we all turned around and we all sat there and looked. This was a dog, 80-pound, mixed Dalmatian Rottweiler. Had the Rottweiler body, the Dalmatian head, the Dalmatian tail, and a lot of spots. Okay. 80 pounds, we weighed him that day. We took off, the man took off, we looked at him, said, "You got it, we'll keep him." We all looked down, all right, well, what are you gonna name him? We all looked at each other, Joey. Joey's a good name for a Dalmatian dog, for a firehouse dog. This wasn't our first firehouse dog, we had lost one 2 years prior. Joey was our first big dog. We finally got him in and he tried to get himself acclimated. The brass fire poles were good to pee on. The turnout gear was great to poop in. The garbage can in the kitchen was always knocked over in the middle of the night. Guess who was eating the leftovers? That was Joey. It took us a couple of weeks to finally get him straightened out. We had a few ropes that we used for a leash and walked him around the neighborhood. He was very friendly to everybody. The kids loved him. They all knew him. It was great to have him come in on Fire Prevention Week while they would yell at us, "Joey, Joey, Joey, Joey." What? We're like chopped liver here at the fireman. Joey was the star of the show. He would run around, the kids would chase him. It was a great time. So now we had to figure out, Joey's getting acclimated. Joey's starting to be a real fire dog. He'll sit out in the front with us and take a look, and he'd do his long walks. Well, the long walks, we found out, was 2 blocks away. It was Kentucky Fried Chicken. He loved Kentucky Fried Chicken. He would come back with bags in his mouth. At one time, he stole a bag. Poor lady was putting a child in the car, and he took it right out of the car. The manager of the store had come over and told us Joey is not allowed in the Kentucky Fried Chicken parking lot anymore. Okay, we have to hold him off on that one. It worked out all right. But Joey was good. It finally took him about 6 months to learn how to jump on the rig. Okay, this is what we had an engine company and a tower ladder company. He liked the tower ladder because the engine housing was a place where he could jump up and sit with the firemen, and he always went. The bells would go off in the firehouse. First thing he'd do is jump up and get on that engine housing. And he would take off and stay with the men. We get to the scene, he would jump down and do his thing, walk around, and hopefully come back. Someone didn't steal him, which was highly impossible. Everybody in the South Bronx knew this dog. Okay. The only problem is, when Joey used to get up on the rig, it was a step, a platform, a seat, and the engine housing. We would have some people come in on overtime or detailed into the company, and we would always tell them, let the dog go up first. Joey is now almost 90 pounds. We had one poor kid, the probationary firefighter, who was so excited, got in the seat, and didn't see Joey coming. And Joey came in, jumped up, hit the poor man, and just laid there as the man was groaning in pain. Jacoby Hospital had a patient that night with a groin injury. So we all learned Joey gets on the rig first. Even before the chauffeur gets in, Joey gets on that rig first. The only problem is, every time we went to a fire, it was a multiple alarm. There'd be 4 tower ladders, and they all look the same in the city of New York. Unfortunately, each one has a number on it, that we know which one it is, but Joey doesn't know how to read. So if we leave first, Joey's still walking around, he's gonna jump on the first tower ladder that looks like his. Okay, we've had tower ladders in Harlem pick up Joey, take him back, and realize that the dog is not where he's supposed to be. So after the first time, Joey came back, and all the firemen going, "Is this yours?" Joey would be wagging his tail, smiling, get off the truck and walk in like it was nothing. So we got him a little dog sticker, a little dog tag that was 6 inches long with the company name and the address, so we wouldn't lose the dog anymore. Highly great, it was great. After a while, Joey's starting to get older. He's getting a little heavier, and now he's up to 120 pounds after 5 years. The dog was getting big. Unfortunately, something had happened that kind of desensitized himself to a fire department rig. I'm going to get a little technical. Tower ladder in the fire department has to be raised up off its tires. It takes about 15 inches up off the ground, okay? Joey forgot that. Joey jumped up, missed a step, and bumped his head on the step and went unconscious. We were in a multiple arm fire, and here we are, 100 men, buildings burning down, and all we hear is, "Joey's down!" 100 men all ran to the tower ladder. EMS came up with the ambulance. And they're like, "There's this poor dog. He's unconscious." Unconscious. Put him on a backboard. We had a 2-block run to the animal hospital. And the vet was great and took him in, gave him a little sedative, and he was there for 2 days. Came back, was almost normal, but he wouldn't jump back up on the rig. Like, he learned his lesson. Plus, he was getting a little older and a little heavier. So at this time, we figured, well, it's time for Joey to retire. One of the guys offered to take him home with him upstate New York, so we figured we'd have a little retirement party for him, make him feel special. We brought him a 20-piece bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken, a little bit of champagne, and Joey had the life of times that night. Next morning, it was by Joey, and to this day, even my sons will tell you, every time we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, we always think of Joey. Thank you.